Hey everybody, welcome back to some more of the Guild 2 Renaissance. We got Mandy again. She's real sick.
I am. I'm horrible.
Yeah, so this one is going to be Mandy Soup Slurps dot WAV. Have we already done Wave?
I don't remember.
I don't know. Just PNG, there you go, it's an image file.
How about
Figure it out.
ODT?
There we go, we haven't done that.
Mm-hmm.
Do one of those weird formats that you absolutely never do on the drop-down menu of Audition.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the ones you've never seen in your life. So, normally, I have story time with MDB on the pre-streams, the part that don't go on YouTube, as an incentive for those of you watching to come to the live streams and enjoy it with everybody else. Let me just load up the save file here. Stream Subway, I forgot we called it that.
Oh yeah, because we made Subway!
So, wait, something is off. Is it the hair? I'm sufficiently bald today, yes. I didn't get like a haircut if you're wondering, it's just a ponytail. No, I will not pay 7,500 gold. I will just call the guards. Sorry, someone is trying to ransom me. So, extort me for protection money. So, we have some on-screen story time. So we're going to ignore the video game for a little bit because that's what we do best. And we're gonna do story time with MDB. I've been a Let's Player for 8 years. This is my full-time job. Been doing this for a long time now. And I have had to do the dumbest bullshit in the world to get some games to record. It's a general rule that the older the game you're trying to play, the harder it's gonna be to record, assuming it's on PC.
Uh-huh.
You know, like an NES game is old, but I can record it incredibly easily. But if we're talking about like a PC game, even from like the mid-2000s, it can be a pain sometimes, and the older it gets, the more impossible it gets. As we know, sometimes it's even hard to get them running. Earlier today, I spent 2.5 hours, and I mean, I've spent longer trying to get a game to record before, but I've never had one as difficult as this. There's a game that I grew up with called Konung, or Konung, Legend of the North. Now, I'm gonna say 2 things about this that will instantly fill every Let's Player with dread. It was made in 1999, and it's Russian. Those are 2 things that instantly tell you this game will barely function. It probably barely functioned back then, and it barely functions now. But it's very fun. So I decided, I remember that game exists, and it got added to goodoldgames.com a while back, which means it'll work on modern computers. Why don't I Let's Play that? So I'm gonna tell you the story of me trying to figure out how to record this game. And I'm pretty sure Eldrahill's in the chat right now. He's a Let's Player. I do videos with him, so he might be able to relate, although he mostly does Paradox things, which are all recent and easy to record. But any of you who have ever had a hard time trying to record something, Alright, so, I open up the, he just left, that's fine. I go in Good Old Games, I open up the game, go to the options menu, and there's no windowed mode, and the only video setting is whether I want it to be 64 by, 640 by 480, or 800 by 600 resolution. Whoo boy, the options. Oh my god, that freedom. No windowed mode or anything. So first I'm like, okay, I want to stream this, is what I first thought. So I cracked open OBS, my streaming software, and I did a game capture of it, and it just didn't show up. Okay,
good.
That happens sometimes. Window capture, it's not on that list. So it's not even on the list for window capture. Okay, display capture, just capture my whole monitor, and we'll see if it shows up on that. That doesn't work. In fact, every time I tab into the game, the entire display capture just stops. It's like it doesn't know a monitor exists or something. Okay, not using OBS. I'll crack open DX Story. I've never had DX Story not see a game. It doesn't see the game. I'm like, okay, haven't had to crack this one out in years, but Fraps. I have never in my entire life had Fraps not know that a game exists and not pick it up. So I boot up Fraps for the first time in years, open up the game, Fraps doesn't see the game. Oh Jesus. Okay, so now what I've got to do is I've got to find a way to get the game into windowed mode. Because if it's in windowed mode, I can just display capture it with OBS, because it'll just be displaying on Windows. And then I can just capture my monitor, and boom, easy solution. Okay, sometimes getting games to go in windowed mode sucks on old games. Let's just see how easy this is to do. So first, I make a shortcut of the game, and then I go to the target, -W. Didn't work. -windowed. Didn't work. -window game, or whatever the other one you can do is. Didn't work. Shit. None of those worked. Go into the game. Alt-enter. That didn't work. Shit. Look for a .ini folder. There literally isn't one, because this is Russia in 1999 and they don't know how to program. Shit. Go to the configuration file. It's a bunch of weird arcane symbols. It's like a bunch of left and right brackets. That's it. There's no letters in between them, and then some weird symbols in Notepad. Shit. So then I open it in Notepad++, hoping that it's a glitch. Now it shows new symbols. They're not a language I've ever seen in my life. It is not Russian. It is not anything. It is just glitched out garbage text. Shit, why is this game even running? Like,
oh, wow.
So that doesn't work. Then I go on Steam, I'm like, okay, I got a program called, I have a program called Borderless Gaming. It is all about taking a game, making it into borderless windowed mode. That'd be perfect. I put that on it. Didn't work. Messed with the settings. Didn't work. The .ini was probably encrypted. There is not a .ini. Conk donk. The only thing was a .cfg, and it was likely encrypted. So, borderless gaming didn't work. So then I Google around, I find another program that does windowed gaming. I start testing it on it, just setting after setting after setting. Boom, if I use DirectX 7, I can get it into windowed, but it displays nothing, it's just audio. Shit. Start going through different encoding options because it's now emulating the game within the windowing program. I start going through the different emulation ones. Not working, not working, not working. This one's black screen. I skip the intro cutscene. Boom, I can see the game, I can play the game, but the hilarious CGI cutscenes don't work. Ah, crap. Is there anything I can do about that? Well, I try another one. The cutscenes work, but it's just a bunch of flashing green colors that, like, go out like some kind of LSD drug trip. That's not good enough. Start messing around. Can I change the resolution? Eventually, I'm like, okay, you know what? I can't get the AVI to work, but fuck it. I'm gonna be like the only guy on Earth to ever make a video on this game, probably. The only other guy has like 10 subscribers. I don't know how the fuck he did it, and he just did like a couple videos, and his audio quality sucks, and he must be a goddamned wizard, because I don't know how he did it. I'm like, okay, you know what? Doesn't have the cutscenes. That's fine. I can still do the game. So I got it in a window, open up OBS, display capture, click on the game, and whenever the window's up, the display capture ends. I don't know how, but this game, by having this game simply open, shuts down the entire computer's ability to see a display capture. This is the third thing in my 8 years of Let's Playing that I have never seen in my life. The third time in a row that something has happened, I'm like, I didn't know that was possible. Jesus. There's a happy ending to the story. I did find a way to record this. So, I'm like, okay, the only thing I can think of left that could possibly get this to work is I have an Elgato HD 60 Pro, awful name. I think it's the full name of it. It's a capture card I built into my computer. So usually I use it, like, it's just for anyone who doesn't know what a capture card is, how it works when you build one into your computer. It has an HDMI in and out slot on the back of it. It's just on the back of my computer. I plug my console into that, and then I'll have a program on my computer that displays whatever the console sees. So it's just like, I use it on my PlayStation 4. It's just like plugging your PlayStation 4 into your monitor or your TV, and you see it pops up on screen. Just like that. I just plug it into my computer, and this program will make it show up on my screen. So I take an HDMI cable, and I plug my capture card directly into my video card. So I just plug my computer into itself. So what's supposed to happen usually is your capture card captures what it sees, so it'll capture your video card's feed of the main monitor. It didn't. I plugged my capture card into my video card, and my video card was like, fucking, is this a monitor? And then it created a third monitor. So my computer thought that I had a third monitor, which was just the Elgato. So right now, if I scroll I have two monitors. The one in front of me, the one to my right, and then nothing is to the right of that. But if I scroll, I can now scroll my mouse off screen to the right of the last monitor, and it will show up in my program that is my capture card feed as if it's another desktop. Okay, fuck it, I can work with that. So I went into my NVIDIA control panel, and I told the Elgato monitor to be a duplicate of monitor 1. Yes, that's an option. I don't know why, but fuck it was useful today. So I did that, so the capture card program just saw a direct copy of whatever my first monitor sees.
Oh, wow.
And then I opened the game, and it could see it. I'm like, all right, we're in business. But then I need to record it, and the capture card program for that fucking sucks. So I close that, and then I open OBS back up, and I tell OBS, get a direct video source of my capture card. And it did. So now I can record with OBS. It's recording my capture card, which is recording a third monitor that doesn't exist, which is using my NVIDIA control panel to duplicate my first monitor, which is emulating a 1999 poorly programmed Russian RPG Diablo ripoff.
It's like a fucking conga line.
And that is how I'm going to be the first man on Earth to ever record this video game. And I didn't need to resort to pointing my webcam at the monitor. Fuck yeah!
In Soviet Russia game develops you. That's pretty funny.
2.5 hours, guys. You better fucking appreciate it when that Let's Play No One Will Watch comes out, because who the fuck is searching for Konung? Like, God. It's kind of a fun game, though, when it works, which is like 2% of the time. Alright, now it's time to play the guild. You guys knew what you were getting into. I warned you guys at the beginning of the first episode. This is about the stupid stories and the comedy, not about the video game. I love the video game, but if you guys thought this was programmed like shit, Jesus, guys, get on my level. I even booted up the sequel to the game, which was made 4 years later. I booted up the sequel to the game, which was made 4 years later, and it had the exact same issues. Same fucking engine.
Oh my god.
And then the third one came out in 2010. I've never played that one, so I don't know if it's any good.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, you guys better appreciate what I go through for you guys, just to bring you this fucking weird game. It's really fun. It's very poorly made. It's really fun. All right. On the last episode that Mandy was gone for, we set up a bunch of manual trade routes to manage our businesses better. We started making a good amount of money. And it's time that we start it's still better than the Guild 3, that is correct. It is a much better game than the Guild 3. We pretty much just need to start making more of the same businesses. How many businesses am I allowed to hold right now? I think it's 6 to 10 or something.
Man, Subway's becoming a chain!
Yeah, for a second I thought you were referencing something, and then I remembered I named my bake shop Subway. So we've got Subway the bakery. We've got our farm, which is a Subway depression processing plant. We have our inn, which is also a tavern. Default name, the Crown and Crumpet. We haven't had a good name for that yet. We're gonna have to get some good names sourced from the chat.
Limpy.
We have the... What?
Blimpie. Name it Blimpie.
Blimpie?
Yeah, it's
Look
like
at
a
this.
subway.
I'm rich.
I
It's payday, fellas.
I don't get it.
No, there's actually like another sub restaurant just like Subway, and it's called Blimpie.
I've never heard of that. Is that an American thing?
It's really popular in places like New York and New Jersey.
Oh, I don't think we have those. Oh, thanks for the $5 donation, Conk Donk. Says, welcome to the information technology work, my friend. You deserve this. I feel like I earned that $5. If I was getting paid minimum wage, I would have made like, what, $35, $40? Just troubleshooting that? It's Canadian money, so it's not worth anything, though. We have a windmill, which is grain and flour. That's the default name, which is a fucking terrible name. Why is it? God, it's full of bread. God damn it. So the AI's auto trader, it's a really fucking dumb, and they'll sometimes put their surplus food stock in my windmill. They'll just cart all of my bread from the bakery to the windmill. It's really fucking stupid. And then we also have our weapons forge, which our wife runs. Which we'd really like to upgrade more, because that is a big money maker.
They're saying to name it Tim Hortons.
The Inn and Tavern? Doesn't sell donuts or like coffee or soup.
They might have a continental breakfast, you don't know.
I'm looking at the recipe list right now and I'm seeing literally nothing that's in Tim Hortons, but I guess I will call it that. No, I need to call it what that fucking Scottish article that made me that put Scotland on my shit list, Time Hortons. Oh yeah, I think they spelled it like that, yeah, Time Hortons. It's funny because they corrected it later to Tim Hortons, but the URL still says Time Hortons.
That's pretty funny.
And they didn't correct the fucking article where it calls Timbits Time Bits, and how you can order a famous double dip. No, you mean a double-double, which is you want 2 cream, 2 sugar in your coffee. Fucking Christ, Scotland, get your shit together. As if this was, see, the Count Dankula thing the other day, that pissed me off. But fucking the start of this downward spiral for your country was clearly Time Hortons, you fuckers. In the picture of your article, it says Tim Hortons right there on the store. Fucking Tim Hortons, and you write Time Hortons in your fucking article? Oh my god. How the fuck did you get into Civ 6 before Canada did?
They're too busy frying Mars bars, I don't care.
Good Lord, Scotland. I thought we were friends, Canada and Scotland. You know, our first Prime Minister was a Scot. Scottish history, huge part of our culture as Canadians. Our first Prime Minister was from Glasgow. I have never heard a parade in my entire fucking life that didn't have bagpipe players playing Scotland the Brave. It's part we have a province called Nova Scotia, which is New Scotland.
I've been there.
And you fucking betrayed us. Time Hortons? Are you fucking kidding me? Christ.
Serious business.
I'm not okay with that. I got my limits. Like the Count Dankula thing, like, fuck you guys, you don't have free speech over there. Jesus Christ, getting sentenced for making a fucking anti-Nazi joke? Oh my god. That was bad. But
Yeah.
Time cunting Hortons, Jesus Christ.
Cunting.
I'm like shaking with anger.
can
Time
feel it.
Hortons. And like, that was the only fucking article. This is the kind of foreign representation we get. We play your fucking song in our country like 100 times a day for our entire history. You can't get our most famous business's name right. I'm not okay. It's not okay. Hold on, let me rename my windmill.
You should.
There we go. The windmills fuck Scotland. And that's where we sell all the bread that our stupid automated trade routes decide, let's ship all the cakes and the biscuits and the barley and wheat bread all the way to the windmill. Because people really want to go get their breakfast in the morning by walking outside the city walls and going to the fucking windmill for it.
It's where they're hoarding the 72 cookies.
Call the Cree in Canada Civ 6. That's not fair. The Cree are not us. They're within us. They are not us. The worst part, the Cree have all the bonuses I would have given to Canadians. Which totally means Canada's never going to be in the game. When the fuck is Canada ever going to be in a Civ game?
As soon as they start to become interesting.
I can tell you so much interesting shit about Canada.
It was a joke.
No. You don't understand, Mandy.
I don't.
You can't undermand Standy. You don't know the pain I've gone through as a Canadian with no one knowing anything about our fucking history. You know, I had to explain to an American the other week that we burnt down their White House.
Yeah.
And they were blown away at the revolution that the United States attacked Canada and we won. Now, mind you, we had the British backing at the time, but seriously, the Americans tried to invade. They thought we would just join them because they thought we hated being under the British too.
Yeah.
We didn't.
Yeah. I remember the War of 1812.
Yeah, you were there.
I remember.
I remember how I was right there when Frontenac said, United States, you got a bunch of small dicks. And then they ran away and they were emasculated. Because deep down, they knew it was true. This is what you tune in to the Guild 2 Renaissance for. Mandy giggles and historical lessons. I'm an American. You can't do this to me. Now I'm just quoting Canadian historical moments. I love those. Acknowledge. I can quote those out of context for days.
So good.
Now the people will know we were here.
Yes.
Oh shit, we didn't just get a bunch of follows. It's my follow list broke and started telling me ones from like 19 hours ago. Okay, I guess you're wondering, the Race Brother Coop in NC Dark Claw and Mr. Skin and Bones actually followed yesterday. I don't know why it's telling me that they followed right now. But thank you for following, Alistair X and, Petraberry. Welcome to the flock. Oh, Petraberry, I believe I was, sending Stargamos to Petraberry the other day. Unless that's not your username on Twitch. I'm fairly sure that's your username on, over on Smashcast. Oh, I could quote Canadian historical moments forever. They're so fucking good. Mm-hmm. Oh, they're so funny. So for anyone who doesn't know what Canadian historical moments are,
you have been robbed.
they are Canadian PSAs made to teach Canadians about moments of their own history. They were they're like skits of Canadian history. Mm-hmm. And oh my god, they were amazing. Now, they were made in the early 90s. They're fairly accurate for the most part, but they really like portraying... See, the thing is, a core part of Canadian history is shitting on yourself. And so there's a lot of points where they just basically say, yeah, the people who settled here were kind of fucking stupid sometimes. Like, anytime it comes to the natives, like, there's an entire sketch just to show you how, the name Canada is really stupid. It was literally just some priest named the entire country after, like, a native settlement with a population of probably 30 dudes, because he thought the guy was calling the land Canada when he was just saying, that's our village, dude.
Wow.
So, we got a whole sketch of that. What was it? We got the ones about Maple. We got the Halifax explosion, which I think is still the largest man-made explosion that wasn't nuclear in human history, which is that time we blew ourselves up with a boat or some shit.
Good job.
Oh man, that time we invented basketball, that was weird. The time we invented time, that was a weird sketch. I like sending people the sketches and not giving the full context of what we actually invented. I say we invented time. No, it's a Canadian prospector and railroad worker was the guy who made standardized time zones. Because Canada spans like 5 or 6 time zones. So it made sense that a railroad worker and surveyor of all people would be the guy who's like, you know what, we gotta work this shit out. Man, does anyone want to know about Canadian history? Did any rivers catch on fire? Probably. It was an oil tanker. The Scottish invented hockey? I believe that's true. The Scottish invented Canada.
Yep.
Kind of. I mean, if by invented you mean got elected first prime minister. I believe it was an internal election for the first one, though. I'm fairly sure it wasn't a democratic election on the first one. Oh, thanks for following. Skull Crack, welcome to the flock. That one was actually today, and not the one under it, which says 1 day ago. And then a few below that, it says 10 minutes ago. I don't know what's going on with my follow list right now. Teaches about Canadian history, says Myrtles. Sorry, I had to lean in. Your name's Dark Blue, which means illegible. What do you want to learn about Canadian history? What am I going to teach everybody about Canadian history today? What form of crippling depression do you want right now? Alright, we just massively upgraded our inn a shitload. It's going to be incredibly profitable now. Which is awesome.
King Numbers says, what's up with Quebec? I hear it's like a man-child.
Not wholly incorrect. So, Quebec is the center of French Canada. It's right beside me. So, Canada's weirdly shaped. You know how, like, everyone lives in Southern Ontario who exists in Canada? Again, I broke down the numbers a while back, but Southern Ontario is 35% of the country's population living on 1.4% of the country's land. And if you think that overpopulation sounds bad, I live in the Greater Toronto Area, which is within that. The GTA is 16% of the country's entire population living on 0.07% of our land. That is an overpopulation crisis. No, it's population density. Our country's very underpopulated for the land we have. It's just, it's not spread out at all. For whatever reason, the vast majority of the country is living on less than 1% of our land. So like 16% of 500 people? 16% of 40 million people. That's a terrifying statistic. 40 million people, and 16% of that live on 0.07% of the land. And that is where I've lived my entire life. For only 10 years did I live outside of the GTA, and even then it was still Southern Ontario. So that's a little bit of modern Canada for you to learn. So, what was it? So, Ontario. This is Southern Ontario. Southern Ontario's got a weird-ass border with Quebec, which is right next to Ontario. Ontario itself is one big province, but no one lives in Northern Ontario. It doesn't exist, it's a myth. So, Toronto, everybody knows Toronto. Everyone thinks it's our capital. It's not, but everybody thinks it's our capital because it's our biggest and most populated city. I can understand the confusion. It's pretty much right next to Montreal, which is the second biggest city, which is in Quebec. Toronto and Montreal are both pretty much border cities on Ontario and Quebec, so they're basically next to each other. And they're culturally insanely different, because one's French and one isn't French. French Canada doesn't like the rest of Canada. They keep wanting to join France. They've had referendums to join France like 40 times. It almost happened in, I think, the 60s. And France has routinely refused them because they're like, we don't want you. You're not us. What do we need to say to get you to realize you're not us? You're your own thing. And then they've also just tried to become their own country a lot of times. That is where people get this reputation of they're a bunch of man-childs. Not completely unfair, but they have this weird misconception that they'd be completely fine if they split up from the rest of Canada. They probably wouldn't. Neither Canada nor Quebec would benefit from that, because we make a lot of money off of their maple, because they're the majority of the maple industry, and the maple industry is very wealthy. They need our lumber. So, and our oil. Basically, both of us would have a rough time if the split happened. Yeah, Toronto's the capital of Ontario, Ottawa's the capital of Canada, but Ottawa is in Ontario, which is what Toronto is the capital of. The country is weird, okay? This is something you need to accept. The capital of Ontario and the capital of Canada are in the same province and next to each other. And the capital of Canada, which is a bigger place than Ontario, is the smaller and less populated city by a lot. So, again, there's a lot. So Quebec is the Texas of Canada? No, that's Alberta. Alberta is the Texas of Canada. That's what it's always called. Quebec is its own country, basically. I can't even compare it to an American state if you want that kind of comparison. I can compare a lot of cities to cities around the world. I can't compare Quebec to anything but Quebec. Quebec is its own bag of worms. Doesn't Canada have a strategic maple reserve? Or is that an Onion article I misremembered? There very well may be a Onion article on it, but you need to understand that maple, you can buy it by the jug for dirt cheap in Canada. Outside of Canada, maple is extremely expensive, and we make a shitload of money off maple. Because we are the only country that mass produces maple. Because we have shitloads of maple trees. We are very, very, very rich in natural resources. We are America's biggest supplier of oil, of lumber, of maple, of lots of things that are worth a lot of money. That's where all of our money comes from, is our natural resources. Why is Quebec its own thing? It was settled by the French, not by the English. Because you gotta remember, Canada wasn't like a bunch of English settlements that rebelled. Canada never rebelled. Canada was granted its independence in 1985. Before that, we were the Dominion of Canada. Now, we were self-governing for a long time by that point, but we only became a truly independent nation in the 1980s. A lot of people don't know it's that recent. Before that, we were the Dominion of Canada.
Someone is demanding protection money of you.
So, if you want to say that Canada is only as old as its independence,
Someone is demanding protection money of you.
the country is barely older than me.
Sabotage.
It's like 7 years older than me, if we want to put it that way.
Demanding protection
We only
money.
got independence 32 years
Someone
ago.
is demanding
Right.
protection money of you.
But we essentially had independence for a long time before that. Okay, they're demanding like 500 things of... Oh my god, I'm gonna go insane.
Someone is demanding protection money.
Okay, over and over, someone's demanding protection money of me, so I'm just calling the guard.
Someone
They
is
want their
demanding
72
protection
cookies
money of
really
you.
bad.
Someone
Is this a
demanding
glitch?
protection money of you. Someone is demanding
Oh,
protection
no.
money of you.
Did it end? Okay, glitch fixed itself.
Marinary says someone's trying to make you an offer you can't refuse.
Apparently, they really don't want me to refuse.
They're gonna bust your kneecaps.
Yeah, I don't think I have permission to refuse. The game seems to be driving that fact home. I don't think it's a glitch. I think it's just shit. Oh my god, again!
Someone is demanding
Fuck
protection
off.
money of you.
Come on, game. I just... Trying to run out...
Your building is being
run a show here.
plundered.
Oh, now the building's being plundered. The farm's being plundered. That's fine. I don't care. Plunder it. Because I have too much garbage there anyway. Please, plunder it. I don't want it. Do whatever you want. I don't care. Zero interest. Trust me. Would I lie to you?
Yes,
Am I lying to you right now?
probably.
You're the best, Mandy.
I know.
No, that was the lie.
Oh.
Are you sure it's not just a weed leaf on your flag? Well, we have basically legalized. I believe that it is starting to roll out in crown corporations this year. It's already decriminalized, kind of. It's in a weird state right now, the legalization of weed. It's at the point now where I believe all of our political parties want to legalize it. So it's happening. And one of my employees just fist fought some thug to death in the streets.
This plague of rats has me at my wit's end.
Super Communist wants to know, remember that time Ottawa was declared technically beautiful?
Just love the way you worded that.
It's so good.
Technically beautiful. I've seen some nice looking trees in Ottawa. Does that count?
Ow.
I think somebody lives in our capital. Maybe there's like a hot person living in our capital. Does that count? I mean, well, there you go. Our prime minister lives in the capital. That's one of the rules, and he's a pretty man. That's all anyone says about him outside of Canada. No one knows anything about his politics unless you live in Canada, in which case you're depressed because everyone voted for him and everyone regrets it. Because he lied. He lied about everything.
Remember that time I screen shared with you and you saw my beautiful fan art of Trudeau and Macron?
Yes. Yes, I do. Wasn't that your desktop image?
Yes! It was my
Oh,
wallpaper. I like
so
to read
good.
the slash fics of them all the time. People always write slash fics about them.
Why?
Because it's amazing. They're the two most handsome men in the world of politics right
With
now.
Macron, I'm not seeing it.
He's so handsome.
Really?
Yes.
I need to get more gay or something to figure this out. I don't see it. With Justin Trudeau, I can see it. I get it. He's a handsome man. He looks like Prince Eric. He looks not like an actual prince. I mean, like Little Mermaid. Macron, I had no idea people considered him handsome.
He's totally handsome. They're both
Really?
handsome boy. Yeah.
I had no idea. Genuinely no idea that
Someone is
people
demanding
considered him
protection money
handsome.
of you.
Yeah.
I didn't
is
think he was
handsome
ugly.
boy.
I didn't know he was considered handsome.
He's handsome boy. They're both handsome boy.
Yeah. Macron is like slightly above average, smelly gamer. Okay. Chat, I need all of you to tell me where you put him on the Handsy level scale. And if you tap that,
A building has
so just let me know, everybody. Where is he on the Handsy scale?
He's got
Where-
a great smile.
Where is he on the Chris Hansen scale? Would he catch a predator? Let me know, and then Mandy will get back to me on that one.
Well, Trudeau must be the predator. Like, he'll catch him in my slash fic.
Oh, I thought you meant like Alien versus Predator. I really want to make an Alien versus Predator movie, like type movie, where it's like this badass action thing versus this badass action thing. And it would be Swolverine versus the Shredditor.
protection money.
And it's two buff action hero guys, but they don't actually have their own movies, but I reference things in the movies as if they did. And everyone watching is like, have I missed something? Like, are these guys part of franchises? And they're just not. I just made it up. Swolverine versus the Shredditor. Oh, man. Don't tell me you wouldn't watch it. You'd watch it.
I'd watch it.
Like, with a name like that? How can't you be curious?
Right?
I need Trudeau and young Castro fan art. There already is a lot of that. There's a running joke
Has been renovated.
to make fun of. No one, I don't think anyone actually thinks it's true, but there's a running joke in in Canadian politics that Justin Trudeau is the bastard child of Fidel Castro. Because, one, he looks way more like Fidel Castro than he does Pierre Trudeau. And two, it's very, very well known that even as Prime Minister, Pierre Trudeau wasn't with his wife. Like, he was a bachelor. So a lot of people try and claim, like, you know, bastard child of Fidel Castro, because Castro was in Canada a lot of the time. Mm-hmm. And he does look shockingly like Castro, but I don't believe for a second that's actually true. And to be Wolverine versus Shredder sounds like an amazing idea for a movie. I know, right? Is that not, like, the best movie you've ever heard of? And now someone's gonna steal that idea and make it into a thing, and I'm not gonna get anything out of it. This is why I shouldn't share my golden ideas. Oh, fuck, Scotland was sabotaged. You know what? I think I'm cool with it. How many promises has Justin broken? Oh, well, my favorite example is what I supported him on, which a lot of Canadians are angry about, which is, he said that if he wins this election, it'd be the last ever election done first past the post. Because he was going to change the horrible election system that we have. And then he didn't. He just didn't. When he got elected, he went to House of Commons, because our House of Commons meetings every single Wednesday are live streamed and categorized. Anyone can go watch them. It's really cool. And he was asked by, I almost said Peter Molyneux. No, he definitely wasn't asked anything by Peter Molyneux. Peter Molyneux, the fucking game developer who made Fable, was not in our House of Commons. Tom Mulcair. Why did I almost say Peter Molyneux? What the hell? Tom Mulcair, who was the leader of the NDP at the time, asked him, like, so what's going on with that shit? And then he stood up, and erred a little bit, as he does best, and then said that that is not what Canadians want. Canadians just don't want to change first past the post, and so he's not changing it. There was uproarious booing in the House of Commons. What a farce. This is our country, everybody. What the hell? And to be looks like Elmer Listo? I don't see it. Although he is a good-looking man. Just... oh, my country. Mm-hmm. Oh, Canada. Even our anthem sounds like it's ripping on us. First past the what? I'm a sheltered American. First past the post. A district votes one way or another based on the first party to get enough votes in a certain direction. The problem with first past the post is it really doesn't work well in a country in which there are more than 2 political parties that get a shitload of the vote. So, like, you look over at the United Kingdom, and you see a lot of issues with it, because they have, like, 6 major political parties that will win different constituencies. Same thing happens here in Canada. We have the same system, and we have, like, 6 major parties. We only have 3 who have ever won major or minor government, but small little local places will get won by smaller parties. So that doesn't work really well, because you start getting weird shit where, like, there are places that are really split where someone will win with, like, 36% of the vote, and then that vote counts as 1 full vote towards the Prime Minister. As if 100% of the people in that constituency voted for the Prime Minister. Mm-hmm. When it was, like, 30%. You get really bad things, like... CGP Grey made a great video on it a while back in the UK, and everything he said in that applies to Canada, because it's the same system. And we had the exact same problem, where, like, I think he said, like, the worst county for it, there was a county where, the guy who won with, like, 23% of the vote, and then his vote counts, he votes on behalf of his constituency for his party, because it technically won, and then it counts as if 100% of those people, not 23%, voted for that Prime Minister. Canada!
You have been robbed.
It's,
You have been sabotaged.
it's a really iffy system.
Someone is demanding
I'm
protection
not
money.
paying protection money. Okay, now we're at the time now where we need to start actually building
Your
more
building is
businesses.
being plundered.
Alright. I want craftsmen. I want a weaving mill because
Someone
that's
is
worth a lot of
demanding
money.
Protection money of you. Someone is demanding protection money of
I am.
Someone is
Oh my god, I
demanding
want to
protection money
die.
of you.
Alright, and get a brickery
Someone is
working.
demanding
No,
protection money of you.
Look, if it sounds like I'm freaking out and you don't know why yet, Mandy, just assume it's someone's demanding protection money of you. Someone's demanding protection money of you. Someone's demanding protection money of you.
Oh, you'll be sleeping with the fishes, see?
Okay, there we go. We're building 3 different businesses there. We got all the craftsman businesses going up. I actually wouldn't mind a second foundry just to start making a smithy and goldsmith for a jewelry. So you know what? Get that going. So this is something a lot of people don't do, is what I just did there, where I made a ton of small businesses. That shit's profitable. Do that, even if it's multiple of the same business.
A new building has been finished.
Alright, building finished is the weaving mill. Okay.
A new building.
Yeah, everything's finishing one by one. Okay. Okay. Right, those ones are mine. It's these ones. Alright, just gotta set up the automation on these.
A new building has been finished.
There we go. And this one, AI. Oh, Jesus Christ. So what's the chat saying?
They're demanding protection money of you.
Oh. Okay, is that all of them? No, the other foundry is just not done yet. Okay, that's fine. Oh, now it's done. See, it doesn't matter if you get raided constantly if you're this damn profitable. Then you can start hiring bodyguards later. Really, I'd care about an assassination more than anything. Unless it's like one of my employees getting killed. They can die, I don't care. I can hire new ones on the cheap. And their skill level will be lower, but whatever. Alright, now I gotta invest a bunch of money in upgrading this stuff. There we go. Carpenter shop is upgraded. I don't care about demanding protection money. Oh god, it's happening again.
Someone is demanding protection money of
Oh my god. Okay, and that one, then the weaving mill. Yep, upgrade that. Okay, those are all upgraded. Sweet. And the foundry's already upgrading good. Alright, our income is gonna start skyrocketing. Now, I want to start banking more and more money because we do still pay wages at night, and we can't afford for the wages to dip below 0. If our wages dip below, or if our money dips below 0 at any point, all of our automated trade routes will go away. Or at least the ones that we manually set up. Okay, which way is our camera facing? Like that? Oh, Jesus. Over here. Oh my god, this is... Okay. Sorry, the setup for this is bafflingly bad. Purchase that. Can't own more than 10 workshops with our current title. Okay, later we'll buy that Fisher Shack. Alright, we're doing good. Run the clock a bit. And start upgrading our people more.
Yes?
Mighty Cleffa wants you to know that protection money is code for they want to buy condoms.
Oh! I had a genuine misunderstanding there then.
Goods are for sale at favorable prices.
See, I thought they were trying to, like, you know, shake me down for money. We should really just start stocking condoms.
You have been robbed.
You're right, no effort whatsoever. I am not doing my job today.
What, reading the chat?
Nope.
Yeah, you better do your job or I'm gonna fire you from that job I don't pay you for.
Whatever will I do?
Yeah. If anybody wants Mandy to get paid, figure out her PayPal,
My
her PayPal. Don't
toilet?
figure out. Look, you're German, okay? We can assume you're into some weird shit, and it literally involves shit. PayPal. Figure out her PayPal address.
Inventory is full.
Good lord. Figure it out. Send her money.
Inventory is full.
This is what you tuned in for. High quality is what the high quality is what you come for here at MDB Gameplay and Streams.
Zionis says, I don't get the chat lesbian joke. Should I tell him or shall you?
Liaison is hard to spell, so people spell lesbian.
Yeah, that's pretty much the
That's,
whole thing.
that's basically it.
All of the jokes about me are really stupid.
Thanks for the follow, Zaxy69, and welcome to the flock. And the Plain Player, welcome to the flock. And Connor, thanks for the 8 bits. He says, oh no.
Oh no.
Thank you for... I really gotta set it so people can't send me a message when they send literally 8 cents. But whatever. I don't give a fuck. There we go.
I'm gonna start calling my toilet the pee pal now.
PayPal 8,000. The sound effects of it doing like robo shit, you know? Not literal robo shit, because it is a toilet. That's what you have to do into it. Again, just clarifying, making sure we're all on the same page here. I understand the confusion.
I'm gonna be like, be right back, I gotta go use the pee pal.
Treeburst says, why don't you buy every upgrade? Because some of them are burglary and fire protection. We've never had a fire. And the burglary, I frankly don't care about too much. For the most part, they don't do it inside the city. They mostly do it outside the city. And if they rob those places, it's worth almost no money anyway, so I don't really care. I gotta start manually telling them to just go sell that garbage.
Someone is demanding
I don't care if you're
protection
demanding
money of
protection money of me.
They really want your condoms.
you. You have been
Well,
sabotaged.
there were 78 viewers, then MDB happened, now it's 74. Actually, it's 77 on my end. Hey, if
Yeah.
we keep it high enough over 75, and
Someone is
we'll get that
demanding
partnership.
protection money of you.
It's looking iffy though. I'm thinking we might not get the partnership in March just because we have more streams where we're more like 50, 60 than we are getting ones above 75. So it's iffy. But if you guys keep tweeting at that stream and keep putting on Discord and keep putting on Facebook and promoting the stream,
Someone is
we can
demanding
get that
protection
partnership
money of you.
in March.
Look at this.
Everybody go promote the stream.
Is demanding
It's payday,
protection
fellas.
money of you.
Everybody,
Demanding
if
protection
I shill hard enough and you shill hard enough,
protection money of you. Someone is demanding
then
protection
people will
money of
watch the stream and I'll get a partnership. As
Someone
I
is
say it,
demanding
lost 5
protection
viewers.
money of you.
Well, we're never gonna get it now. You're all a bunch of quitters. I'm so disappointed in all of me. Alright, let me purchase another title. Boom, 30,000. Thanks for the $4 Super Communist. He says, do you have any history stories about Canada that are funny? Anything like how the railroads were built? Or the Latchine Massacre. Oh, Licton Massacre. Yeah, hilarious Canadian story about how Chinese people came over in Vancouver and we paid them 10 cents a day to bring nitroglycerin into mines to blow holes in mountains for railroads. Hilarious stories, like blowing up Chinese people for 10 cents a day.
It's horrible. You're horrible.
They took the job. Fucking, it's not like we forced them to. They worked on the railroads because they're looking for money to send home so that their family could immigrate. I mean, it wasn't just Chinese people, it's just those are the ones who usually wanted the danger pay. Because they had families to bring over.
A counting house is buying goods for a great celebration.
Shall I help?
And to this day, Vancouver is full of Chinese people. Because naturally, if you're gonna leave China, because China kind of sucks. If you're gonna leave China, Canada's a pretty good pick. It's not too far of a boat ride, so just kind of makes sense. And Vancouver's West Coast, so closest to China. Although we have quite a bit of Chinese in Toronto now, mostly from Hong Kong because the movie market,
Right.
or the Toronto film industry and the Hong Kong film industry are very closely tied.
Yeah.
Which is why my uncle works in the film industry and he lives in Hong Kong.
Yeah.
And he grew up in Hamilton.
King Numbers really wants you to know that the original Spyro trilogy might be getting remade for PlayStation 4.
Huh, I never liked the Spyro games. I played a little bit of the first one and just wasn't that into it.
I really liked them when I was a kid.
See, I didn't grow up with a PlayStation, so that might be part of it.
Mm-hmm.
I had all Nintendo consoles, either then for some reason I had a Genesis instead of an SNES. Or Mega Drive, as it was called in some other countries. It's called Genesis over here.
Yeah, I had a Genesis as well.
That was a good console.
Yeah, it was good. I only had like 4 games throughout my entire childhood, so...
What games do you have?
I had Phantasy Star 4.
Nice. Actually, I say nice. Which one was 4 again? Was that the one with the totally anime comic book cutscenes?
Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah, and you start with like some chick has like a boomerang, and then there's the kind of dorky kid. Yeah, that was a really good game. I like that one.
I love that game. I
Yeah.
had that. I had a Dungeons and Dragons game, which I really liked.
Cool.
And
Some of those were really good and some of those were really bad, so I'm curious as to which one.
It was kind of both. I actually really enjoyed it. My sister and I played the shit out of it when we were kids, so we liked it.
That Phantasy Star game had the fucking coolest music, didn't it?
It's what inspired me to become a composer in the first place.
A compositioner!
A compositionist.
I'm a real good compositioner, guys!
Look, the German word is Komponist, so I went
Yeah.
straight to that word first.
That game was fucking creepy as shit, too. Like, those first enemies you find in the basement of the university were fucking creepy. It's like a
love them.
brain on 2 legs with tendrils.
I love it. I love
Oh, it's such a cool game.
It's a really cool game.
I never beat that one. I need to go back to it.
I beat it. It's really good.
Yeah.
I had Sonic 2, which was like
Yep.
what came with the system.
Awesome. I had that.
And then I had like a Mario Paint ripoff called Wacky Worlds.
I don't think I had that, but I had a different Mario Paint ripoff that had really cool mini games. I don't remember the name though. Was that your only console growing up?
Yeah, for a long time, and then I like pinched together all my money and got a PlayStation when I was like 10.
Nice. Jesus, that's a lot of money for a 10-year-old.
Yeah, I saved up like 4 birthdays worth of money to get it.
Wow. I think he's tried to tell me like 4 times now. My name is pronounced Shianas. That's twice on MDB's and on Mandy's trigger in Brooklyn. Yeah, I got your name right last time, didn't it? Didn't I?
Sorry. I said I was sorry.
Yeah, I got your name right last stream. I don't know how you're taking me about it. Did you play any of the Shining Force games? Apparently those are good. I didn't, but I probably would have liked them. By my understanding, they're a little Fire Emblem-ish, which I played a lot of those. Are people questioning you on your German heritage?
Yeah, they're asking if I'm directly from there. No, my parents are.
Yeah, because the accent is very general American sounding.
Yeah.
You don't exactly sound like you're straight from Dresden or something.
No. My parents are from Bayern.
Directly from Firebomb Land of Dresden. The only thing anyone knows about Dresden. Got firebombed to shit.
Yeah.
I'm actually not sure where in Germany Dresden is. I only imagined East Germany, but that's mostly because I heard it was shit for a very, very long time, and I don't know if that was the firebombs or I don't know if that was communism. Because, like, to this day, East Germany is not nearly as nice as the rest of Germany. And that's totally because of communist occupation. It progressed way worse. Like, East Berlin is so underdeveloped compared to the rest of Berlin. It's crazy. Because, you know, for anyone who doesn't know some history on, after World War II, Berlin itself was divided into 4 different sectors, all controlled by different countries.
Yeah.
And the Soviet side was so underdeveloped.
Yeah.
It was really depressing. Like, you can see, when the Berlin Wall went down, you could see, like, boom, this is what communism does. Like, look, you can see the capitalist side and you can see the communist side by side. And one of them was just depressing as shit, and the other one was perfectly fine. But thank you for, Alistair, for the $20 donation. Always love watching your content. Keep being horrible. #butts. I have a big announcement, everybody. As of today, you can now hashtag in the description of YouTube videos.
Production has
Nice.
been interrupted.
I can hashtag, move that dick in every description, although it'll probably get me lower in search results because they'll see the word dick and it'll be like, some sex thing, do I not want to promote this? Yeah.
To answer your question, Dresden is like all the way east.
That's what I figured. I figured it was far east.
It's really east.
Yeah. Don't you mean $? I don't know what that was in response to. That's weird out of context. Avner says, East Berlin is pretty much why the city of Berlin is super in debt right now. Yeah. It's so depressing. Yeah, and the 3 Western Allied occupation zones were unified in this tree. Because originally it was... There was a UK one, there was a UK occupied one, a UK, or sorry, I said UK twice. US, UK, and I believe France had the last one. And then the 4th one was Soviet Union. And the Soviet Union portion of it is just grindingly impoverished. But I mean, you can ask any ex-Soviet country what it was like living under Soviet occupation, because it was so recently that the Soviet Union collapsed. Like, the new Russian Federation is as old as me. I believe the Soviet Union collapsed, like, very late 91, early 92 is kind of when the collapse happened. And so, yeah, I mean, anyone older than 25 has lived through some amount of the Iron Curtain. Like, talk to Romanian people who are like 35, 40, and they can tell you all about like the erosion of the Iron Curtain and just how badly it hurt competition and like how stupid the government was back then. Like just how fundamentally they didn't understand how people work.
Production has been interrupted.
All right, you'll notice that I'm like not even paying attention to my money now, and we're making money just hand over fist. And it's just because I'm making a bunch of redundant businesses at this point. Because at a certain point,
You have been robbed.
even if you're selling shit at a really, really bad price because you've oversaturated the market, you're still making more money. Oh, they're trying to attack that. Let's upgrade that. You're still making significantly more money than you're losing on wages for your employees.
Inventory is full.
And it's just yelling at me about stuff I don't need to micromanage at all. Alright, so if we look over here, we can see the fish shack. We want to buy that. Because you can make a lot of really easy money off that place.
You really are running Subway. Everybody's working minimum wage. You're making a bunch of money without even trying. Those
Yeah.
$5 footlongs, they just sell themselves.
People are just walking across a gigantic river. It's Subway, everybody.
King Numbers wants to know when the Luke family is going to go into politics.
Probably won't even bother this file. How old is my... Oh, my... Luke is 46 now. She should probably have a kid one of these days. I forgot John Luke's, 80-something. Okay, she's gotta go get a husband. Okay.
If that's what it is.
I forgot we named her Luke.
Yeah.
That was my stupid idea.
I think the it's actually a great idea. Okay, so she is gonna go compliment fucking this guy. He exists, and so we'll compliment him and marry him. Love a kid. Probably gonna have to adopt. I think she's too old to have a kid now, so we'll probably just adopt.
Your building is being plundered.
Oh, he's currently getting treated at a hospital. He's probably got the
Someone is
cancer or something.
demanding
Whatever.
protection money of you.
Alright, you complimented him. Now,
An employee is close
oh,
to
fuck it, whatever. Ask this guy out. He exists. He's almost dead. Ask him
You have
out.
been sabotaged.
I must do something about these
Oh,
rogues.
come on. When's she gonna do it?
A dynasty war.
There we go.
You have been robbed.
No, now leave. Great. He just... Okay, whatever.
Your building is being plundered.
God damn it.
Yavner
Someone
says
is
Luke
demanding
reminds me of
protection money
Moon
of
Moon. I love that stupid meme.
The fuck is Moon Moon?
See,
demanding protection money.
you know those things people post on Facebook where it's like, pick your werewolf
Someone is
name or
demanding
whatever, and it's your
protection
first
money of
last
you.
initial?
A dynasty.
Yeah.
So, like, there was one where it said, this is your werewolf name based on your first and last initial, and somebody in the comments said, God damn it, I got Moon Moon. And then, like, everybody's posting pictures of wolves doing the absolute dumbest things and calling it Moon Moon every time. And it's like, God damn it, who invited Moon Moon?
I'm really happy with that.
You can do certain something.
You can adopt in the game? There's cancer in the game? I don't think there's cancer in the game. You can adopt, though, if you go to the monastery. Which we'll probably have to do. Alright, so now we gotta get this guy to date us. We'll do the tried and tested method of yelling at him to follow me forever. Until he marries me.
A dynasty mourns.
Now, once we're actually a noble, we can just get, what is it? Once we're a noble, we can actually have someone just date on our behalf and get someone to marry us the easy way. It's a weird mechanic. See, guys, this is why I don't stream this game much. Very quickly, if you know what you're doing, it just becomes way too fucking easy.
Someone is demanding protection money.
That's how it is playing The Sims for me. Like, I have to do challenges in order to make it fun.
Yeah, see, my problem with The Sims is I'm a min-maxer when I play games, and that's probably not how you're supposed to enjoy The Sims.
No.
You're supposed to, like, go out and do stuff and, like, decorate your house and shit. No, I'm like, okay, gotta get the best of all things and max out all my stats. It's like, that's not... I don't think that's how you're supposed to play The Sims, because
No.
you very quickly burn out doing that.
Yeah. So, I do these challenges that people make up online, and a lot of the times it's really fun that way.
Every week, you need to invite someone to your house and find a way to kill them.
Like, there's one where I had to make a homeless sim, and the goal was to make $50,000 in panhandling and stealing.
Connor says, Belgium is the ironclad of Europe. Do you mean old, run down, and disused?
Their chocolate's good.
Do you mean, powerful, but wildly out of date? There are a lot of good analogies I can make with Belgium and an ironclad.
They also make great waffles.
I don't think I've ever had one.
Belgium waffles? You've never had one?
A
They're so good. They're fluffy and big and huge and awesome.
I gotta be careful about waffles nowadays. I've been weighing everything I eat and checking the calorie counts and just writing down. And I've been losing a lot of weight doing that, which I'm really happy about. And it's not even that hard to do. Like, I don't even, when I look at the numbers of how many calories I've eaten and how many I need, I feel way less hungry. It's awesome. But man, waffles, they shit like that. Anything that's like bready has so many
have
calories.
A lot of calories.
Yeah.
Carbs and red meat have a lot of calories.
Yesterday I had
Pancakes
this.
are not better than waffles. Fuck you, King Numbers.
I like both of them.
I hate pancakes.
They're like the same thing.
No, they're gross.
They're like the same thing, but a different shape and a different texture. In fairness, yeah.
I don't like pancakes.
I feel like you have some kind of bias.
I don't really like a lot of sweet things, to be fair. Like, most of the time I
Me
don't like
neither.
waffles either.
Someone is demanding
Oh,
protection
I've
money.
never had waffles that were sweet before. I just, I make waffles and I put a little butter on them and then I eat them. Shovel them in my face hole.
You have been sabotaged.
Fold them up
Yeah.
on a fork and then I eat it and then my stomach hurts because I shuffled it all on one fork and
Someone
just
is
ate it.
demanding protection
I
And
don't
then
like a lot
drink
of
water.
Someone
Yeah,
is
I don't like a
demanding
lot of
protection
breakfast
money
in
of
general because all of it is sweet. And
For a
like,
second I thought you were going to say you don't like a
Someone
whole
is
lot of
demanding
reptiles.
protection money.
And I was just thinking, where are you going with this?
I actually really like reptiles. They're cool.
Yeah, they're pretty cool.
Someone is demanding protection money of you.
But yeah, like most breakfast
Someone
food is sweet,
demanding
and I don't
protection
like it.
money of you.
I don't know, when I think about like all the breakfast food I make, I don't think any of it's sweet, but I guess it makes sense. If I'm not huge into sweet things, why would I make sweet breakfast? I like heavy breakfasts. I like, eggs and sausage and fried toast and like, stuff like that, although it tends to be high in calories. Like every day for breakfast nowadays, I eat egg fried rice. And the way I make egg fried rice is it's 300 calories or 350 depending on if I'm making it for 1 or 2 people, just because the amount of egg I use is the same whether it's for 1 or 2 people, but the proportions of everything else is different. And an egg, one large egg is about 100 calories. So yeah. So the way I make my egg fried rice is about a tablespoon of vegetable oil on a pan, heat that up at like kind of medium high. It's like 6 on my stovetop. And then I have some rice that I will have let dry for a while, and chill overnight or something in the fridge. I put on 3/4 a cup, put that on the pan, break it up, mix it around a little bit, stir it around, let it fry up a bit. Then once it's fried up for a little bit, I put a teaspoon per person of soy sauce on it, mix that in. Then I put in 500 grams of frozen peas that I will have thawed in some water, and 500 grams of bean sprouts, 100 if it's for 2 people, of both things. Dump that in the pan, mix it in. And then I will have had an egg on the side that I will have whisked it in a cup. And then I pour that on an empty part of the pan, let it set a little bit, mix it up so it's kind of like little bits of scrambled egg, mix that into the whole thing, and serve it. It's really easy, really quick to prepare. It takes like 10 minutes. Serves 2 very easily on a pan if I want it to serve 2. It's delicious, it's filling, and only 300 to 350 calories.
Next time, add the soy sauce to the oil while it's heating up, and add some garlic and ginger to it.
Yeah, I can give that a try. We got some garlic and stuff. We always have garlic cloves because we have a lot of garlic. We actually have garlic infused olive oil, but I don't think that would cook up as well.
No. Yeah, if you heat up the oil with some garlic and ginger and soy sauce, it makes it much more fragrant.
Yeah, I can give that a shot. It'd probably be good with that. I found a recipe on the land that recommended sesame seed oil, but we don't have any. It recommended that to mix in with the rice, because apparently that tastes quite good.
Shall I help?
Fresh toasted sesame seeds would be better.
Oh, right. It's taking so long to get this guy to like me because my charisma is 0. That explains it. Yeah, that'll do it. Just gotta get this guy to marry us fast because we need a kid. Otherwise, we'll just die and lose.
A dynasty born.
Oh, starting to get the Dynasty Morns stuff, which means that people are starting to die.
Under attack.
I guess people are getting pretty old. How old's Jean-Luc? 85. Got it. Still working.
Blessed are those who do.
Alright. Oh god, he's finally ready to marry? Yeah. Ask for hand in marriage. Boom. Yeah, we'll do it. And then might as well go to the monastery chapel and do that there, because we have to go there anyway, because that's where we adopt. Because I'm fairly sure we can't have a kid at 49.
Nope. She's shriveled up.
Yep. Oh god, it's a long-ass walk to the monastery in this map. 85 is insanely old for medieval times. It is not medieval.
yeah.
This is Renaissance, which it's also insanely old for.
Yeah. Like, you're lucky to make it to 40 in the Renaissance period.
Yeah, this is the Renaissance. Even in modern-day Canada, I'm fairly sure the average lifespan of an adult in Canada is like 82.
That's better than America. Usually people die off around 70.
Really? I think our average is like a couple higher than America, something like that.
I think 75 for men and 72 for women.
I think part of why, though, is just, there we go, adopt an orphan. Failed! All the orphans are asleep at this time of day. Are you fucking kidding me? I can't adopt because the kid's asleep? Alright. We're waiting in the monastery overnight, which overnight means 4 years. Kid better be grown up by the time.
It's like,
All
wake
right.
up! You've been asleep for 4 years!
Oh, we need to become a nobleman. We need to be known with imperial fame. Christ, whatever. It doesn't matter.
Sasser says, try for a baby, why not?
We have the ability, but I think it just fails every time.
Dynasty born.
Okay, it's 1 in the morning. Can I adopt? No. Oh, this is bullshit. We're waiting, everybody.
A dynasty born.
Nice, our house is upgraded. Upgraded again. Oh, did we hit a goal? Thanks for following, Bordaf. Welcome to the flock. We just had our follow goal of 10 new followers today.
Money of you.
Mandy, you've barely been here for the stream since we came back to Twitch, but you know how we have those like follow goals and all that stuff? And like we never meet them?
Dynasty born.
Yeah.
We meet basically every goal every stream now. It's crazy.
That's awesome.
Dynasty born.
Yeah, like even the subscribe goal. I don't know if we got any today, but usually we get 3 or more.
Someone
It's
is demanding
insane.
protection money.
I don't know why. I think part of it is because like the whole Twitch Prime thing makes it easy, but
You have been
I already have more subscribers than my all-time peak was on Hitbox.
The demand at accounting house has expired.
Life is good.
a dynasty born.
All right, 6 in the morning. Can I adopt now?
Can be a heavy
It's not even an option right now. Why the hell? I can buy an engagement ring even though I'm already married. Check faith. Why is that a button? I can just hold over that. There, we're Protestant. And our mom is Protestant. And our dad is Catholic.
Inventory is full.
Oh. How did
Yeah.
that work?
I don't know.
Like, that's a big difference.
I swear, is so international, isn't it?
pleasure.
I wonder if that transcends languages. Do people from completely different languages that aren't even based in the same thing,
Ill.
do they hear,
Offered at a
as I don't know? Is that how they interpret that? As their language's version of I don't know? Chat, you guys are from all over the fucking world.
It depends, really. Like, a lot of languages are very different.
I just wonder if that's like, is it like the other way around? Is it we say, I don't know, do we say it with that cadence because, means that? Like, just that's like an inherent human thing?
Yeah, could be. And it's just a matter of slang.
Maybe.
Go.
Okay, people, you're all over the world. I want to know in your native countries. Like, Clefa, aren't you in, like, Argentina? In Spanish, it does work like that, says Clefa. See, that's really interesting. Because that's a romantic language, Spanish. Whereas English is not. Is Aeon here? He's from, like, Malaysia or something. He's in some Southeast Asian country. I don't remember which one. Does he know? Like, in his language. Like, that's totally detached from English. Is that a thing over there? Is that... Why can't I don't even have the option to ask
Blessed are
to,
those who do.
to adopt. Why? Does anybody know why I'm not even being Oh, my husband just died. Fucking Christ. I just married the fucker. Oh.
Get wrecked.
Not molding.
All right,
Work.
buy an engagement ring while I'm here. I need to go get another husband before I age to death. I'm 52. God damn it. And I have leprosy. God damn it.
Should have been playing with those armadillos.
All right, consult medicus.
I must do something. And now what?
Christ, are we gonna die of old age or something before? In Portuguese, it works like that too. Yeah, and you don't have a romantic... well, Joavner, yeah. Was Joavner saying? It works like that here. Joavner, you're German, right? I'm pretty sure you're German. Man, maybe it's just like a human thing.
Maybe.
All right, Medicus, get rid of my leprosy.
Here I am.
Do I not have leprosy now? No, I still have leprosy.
Yeah, it's
Someone
incurable.
is demanding protection.
Well, I'll go to a different hospital that might have the actual
You
shit to
have
cure
been
leprosy.
sabotaged.
What? Like what? A miracle?
Yeah. Oh, no, I'm just getting bed rest now. Okay.
Your arms are going to fall off. Like, they're gonna rot right off your body.
I can't court a new partner for a year because my partner died. God damn it. I was wondering why
Also,
the
because
button
you're a
wasn't there.
leper, they're not going to want to marry a leper.
Ah, whatever. As long as I get a
No!
husband who lives long enough that I can adopt a kid, that's all that matters. And then the kid needs to be able to grow up in time. I'm not German, lol. Oh, what are you? Quite the opposite, really.
It's the opposite of German.
Namurg?
Namurg.
Israel. Ah.
Oh, yeah, that is kind of,
that
yeah.
is the opposite of German.
Someone is demanding protection money of you. An employee
I say
is
as
supposed to
Mandy starts silently writing notes to herself.
I have not.
You have been sabotaged.
Look, we can't prove that Mandy's not. So she is.
Of course I am.
That's how that works, right?
Someone
Alright,
is
hold on.
demanding
I'm
protection
saving
money of
Subway. There's no saving Subway. Even in the background, I saved the game, and in the background of me saving the game, someone's demanding protection money of you. Alright, everybody. I need to go record some Kanung. Kanung? I don't remember what the name of the game is. Genuinely.
Condom.
It's a terrible fucking name. Legend of the North. That's the subtitle of the game. It's a much better name. This file is fucked. I know, right, Denjin? I don't know what the hell's going on with this file. Mandy's note to self. Israel isn't Germany. That's not the note I thought she was taking.
No, I'm writing down some names.
Remember, Mandy, don't insult the Nazis, or else you could get tried and imprisoned in Scotland.
That's really
Did,
weird.
did you hear what just happened yesterday?
No.
Alright, I'll tell you about it. Everybody on stream who wants to learn about it, just Google search Count Dankula.
I've heard that name before.
Alright, Mandy, I'll give you the crash course on it right after the stream. We're gonna go raid somebody, everybody. I'm gonna end the stream. We'll raid somebody, and then I'm going to start recording this 1999 Russian Diablo-esque game that's totally really cool when it works. And I'm gonna be like the first guy on the internet, either than that wizard. I'm gonna be the first non-magic user on the internet to ever do a Let's Play of that game, because I'm convinced that other guy who did some videos on, he's got like 30 subscribers or something, and it wasn't a very good recording, but I'm convinced that guy, I mean, he sounded American, but I think he made the game. That's my only explanation as to how he found a way to record it. If you're watching this live, stream that shit. What, the weird Russian game? I'm recording it, don't worry. I'm recording it later. I'd stream it right now, but that would cause my computer to puke in a whole different way, because holy shit, it was hard to get this running. Stay tuned if you're watching live. We'll raid somebody. I'll send you some good streams way. I think OSW might be live again. We raided them the other day. Are they still live? Fuck yeah, they're live right now. They're doing Super Mario World. We'll raid them. They're great guys over there. They're a bunch of Irish dudes who do great videos on wrestling.
Oh, I love that game.
So we'll raid them in a minute. If you're watching live, stay tuned for the raid. If you're watching this on YouTube later, check out the playlist in the description where you can find more of these videos, and you can also find the Twitch TV link where you can watch this live next time. Thank you everybody for watching. Until next time, have a nice day.
Bye.